are live now. We are
Yay!
live. Oh,
Hello.
yay.
Hi.
We're live. Live, live, live. Welcome, guys, to the pre-ramble. If you are new here, congratulations. We don't expect people to be new here. This is the pre-ramble. Other than that, we are going to be hanging out. What's our pre-ramble number? 40...
40 check YouTube.
40 check YouTube, John. Yeah. I want to say 43. Check, see if I'm right.
I am checking right now.
Check, see if I'm right.
Here we
I'm
go.
going to log into Twitch real quick on my other thing so I can see what's going on. Where the hell did my Twitch stuff go?
43.
43. Sweet, sweet. So, we are on episode 43 pre-ramble, and I'm trying to find... Oh, what a giant chicken butt. Why is it doing... There it is. And if you notice, Kathy is not here today. She is having the day off, as we have Antonio, which is... I'm going to put way over in that area of the screen. He is going to be hanging with us because he is going to be our Guild Ball.
Aficionado.
Yeah, that's the best way to put it. I would say lackey, but, you know, that's just me.
And that.
I got to do an update real quick because it didn't go through.
All right, let's kick the.
So, John, why don't you kick it off? What'd you do this week?
Well, obviously I worked. Not that hard.
You don't work.
Yeah, I got the car fixed, which is good.
Sweet.
Wasn't that expensive. Double good.
Double
And the
over.
work let me stay late waiting for my ride and get, and work that time rather than not. So I get off earlier later in the week, which was awesome. So unfortunately, I was late Tuesday, so I couldn't get down for Malifaux. But doesn't mean I got off early Friday and convinced my buddy Chris to play me in Infinity, and we are both rusty as shit. We made some horrible mistakes, but still had a good, fun game, and I ended up beating him like 4-0 or something like that. So not a high-scoring game, but it was hilarious as he goes to kill. He's like, I can only reach that one model, so I'm going to kill it just because I can. And he brings his link team up, fires his first shot off, and I'm like, well, I'm -3, so I need a 9 to crit. And 9!
Hey,
Like,
Vinium.
God damn it. And then he's like, all right, I get this other guy here who's much better at shooting up to shoot at you also out of the link team. I'm like, oh, 9! And that's where we ended the game on me critting my last 2 shots. Which didn't really have an effect on the game. He had lost at that point. I had a whole other turn left to get more points, but that was fun. And then Saturday was role playing. I'll have a new sewer bear for you soon.
Ooh! And we had one last Friday I posted. Or this Friday I posted.
Because I was late in getting it out because I'm a bad person. Come on, Xander, really?
Xander, can't even wait 2 minutes. Heist right away. Guys, also, let me go ahead and do this. We've got a betting going on. We'll keep on going through it. We're going to do the start of the bet. Start of the bet is, what is the percentage of alcohol in John's drink tonight? It's going to be a shot of liquor. Of course, go ahead and bet using the zeros and the ones. See if you can make you some extra money. Yeah, I know, Xander. You and your thing. Antonio, do you know a lot about Twitch? I don't think he heard me.
No, I'm a person on this. I'm on the Twitch.
Well, there's like little mini games they can do because we have channel currency, and there's little mini games they can play. And we have one called Heist, and Heist is a little mini game where they can come in and they can bet how much they want to go in and risk money to rob a bank. Well, anybody can join if they have the right amount of money. And when they do that, if they make it through, they get a percentage after it. And like it's taken off really big. So everybody comes in and heists as much as they possibly can.
Yep. Saturday was Sewer Bear. Had a good session there.
Uh-huh.
And then today I was out shopping on my way back, and then the guys messaged me like, hey, we're going to be at the store. Why don't you come and play some games? So I get there. I just come home and grab 40K and Infinity just in case.
Mm-hmm.
And my buddy Chris is like, oh, there's 4 of us here. Let's play a 4-player game. And he wants it to be me and him versus everyone because I brought 7 models, so
Hey,
obviously I
Congo.
brought my knights. And then he brought knights with a little bit of Imperial Guard backup. But I'm like, that's not really fair to just us choose all the knights on one side. So let's roll randomly to see what sides we are. So I got matched up with Zach, who had a big knight, the bigger one, the Castellan, I think it is,
Mm-hmm.
with some Sisters of Battle and some Imperial Guard. So he had a true Imperial soup. And we played against Rob, who was bringing just Custodes. He had very few models because they were all mean. And then Chris had his knights, and we shellacked the crap out of them. It was pretty ugly. But it was a good time. We played Open War, which is like the one you would normally play in power level, but we actually used points because that's how you should play.
Yep.
Power level is kind of cool if you know in advance, but in general, you should build your armies with points. And we had a great time. I had randomly chosen my knight house based off one piece of war gear I wanted, and it ended up being the really good one. So, yay me. But it was pretty cool.
Good. So you had a good time?
Yeah, absolutely. It was enjoyable. It was a little long, but I expect that was a 4-player game. We got in, played it, got out, still home in time to eat some dinner and watch some stuff before we come up here for the hobby streak.
What?
And of course the podcast.
And what number of hobby streak are you on right now?
223, I think, is the one I just did.
Damn.
I'll be honest. Once I broke 100, I really didn't remember because I mean it's a lot.
Remembered or cared?
Oh, I care.
You
I
care?
care a lot. Yeah, it's 223.
223.
Well, I take pictures every day, so I just click on the last picture and just change the number so that I can keep track. So I don't have to keep track in my head because numbers, my brain, not so much anymore.
Not your brain.
Too many years of taking people's credit card numbers over the phone and trying really hard not to remember them.
Okay. Antonio, how was your week? What'd you do? Anything interesting? Anything fun?
Well, we hosted a tournament in Louisville for Guild Ball on this past Saturday, and that was really fun. We had a lot of people from Indy and Ohio, and one guy from Texas came in down and played. He was working out of Kentucky, so we came in and played. So we had a good time with that. And I decided to do a speed paint just to do an ambient kind of like a single light source glow on some models, just because it was a team that I didn't really want to like spend a lot of focus time on, just a team to play fun with. And I got them done this week too. So that was kind of my week in a nutshell, just doing that kind of stuff. Oh, and forgot about it. My old D&D group from back in the 90s, we all got back together on Facebook, kind of once a month session.
Hey, Antonio.
Relearn 5th edition.
Hey, Antonio, your connection is really, really weak right now. It's coming in really, really bad. You're breaking up a lot. Are you plugged in, or is your laptop just running on battery?
And it shows me at high connectivity. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're coming in really broken up and spacing out a bit.
Maybe it's just the Skype connection. We've had that occasionally.
Well, Skype is looking good because I'm checking out the signal on that. And it shows that we're good on the Skype. His video is pretty poor, but that could be just his camera.
Yeah, let me check to see if Skype's giving me anything.
Guys, that's the reason why we have the pre-ramble, so we can get through all this crap and make sure it goes through. Do you have any other programs open? Can you plug in your laptop?
Yeah, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Well, Skype's saying my video quality is low too, but I think it's just confusing my video with my face.
You low pixeled.
Yeah, you know. All right.
All right, guys. Thanks for letting us know. Like I said, this is the reason why we did the pre-ramble. While we got Congo here, guys, I actually bought a few models recently, and I bought it for a faction that I have, And, because I always said that I was going to play Grimkin for a year, which I am. So pretty much after a War Machine weekend, I'll start up playing something different. And I picked up all the new Kador stuff.
Congo just asked if they were Kador.
They were Kador. I picked up the new Sorsha 2, the new Solo, the new unit, and 2 of the big guys, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Damn, it's
The
all
shieldy, the guys with the big shields.
guy with the big shields, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't bothered learning their names.
Can't remember.
They're Kador. They're just models to
Yeah,
shoot.
Man of War Suppressor Tankers.
There you go.
I picked up the Man of War Suppressor Tankers, Sorsha 3, Commandant Arkanakavakawaka, and Dragos.
Gesundheit.
Because I got a Armored Core list that I want to test out and play. But I'm not going to play them in a tournament. I'll play them at the store just to test them out, because I went to a tournament this weekend, which is another War Machine Weekend qualifier. Didn't win. Got about 6th place. Not bad. One of our local guys got it. And someone, we thought it was quite funny, was somebody made a interesting comment that our area is now getting called Little Canada. And for me, that makes a lot of sense. For a lot of people, it probably doesn't. Canada is known for having a shit ton of really good players. And so I was looking at it and thinking about it, and I was like, really? How many players do we... Yeah, fuck, we have a lot of players. Just locally, we got one... And locally, I mean, because we have a lot of sister-type areas. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, possibly 7 people going to be in the Invitational this year. Just for our local area.
That's legit.
Yeah, and I thought that was interesting. When I say local, I said within 4 hours, because we got our group. We all go to like everybody's events and stuff, and it was quite interesting that they made that comment and called us Little Canada. Because if anybody pays attention to it, Canada always brings a crap ton of good players. So let's see. Played in that. First game I lost. My opponent, he had 4 seconds left on his clock. I had to contest 2 zones, and he had to charge and kill the objective to win. And he was able to charge it and kill it in 4 seconds. So I was like, well, poop. Lost that one. Second one, played against the guy that won it. Lost that one. Third one, played against the guy. Didn't know kind of what Grimkin was doing. Rolled. Let's see. What else was there? Oh, no. My third one, the guy didn't show up, so I got a win off of that. No problem. Next one, played against, and I got some really, really, really good rolls. Like my Witchwood was able to charm a weapon master and walked around to a journeyman and killed the journeyman.
Oh, jeez.
And then I was able to have Longfellow take out, because it was Signar, take out, what's the cavalry character?
Lattimore?
Lattimore. Killed Lattimore, took her from mounted to dismounted to dead.
How many shots did he get?
He gets 2.
That's impressive to dismount her in 1 shot.
Well, I put a little bit of damage on her from a whatchamacallit, a cast imp. And so 3d6 to hit, 46 damage.
Yeah.
Any better?
Want to see.
I mean, so far so good.
You got anything running in the background, by the way, that you can close out, just to make sure?
Check.
Yeah. And then took out a bunch of stuff. Couple of Nayslayers got a couple of charges in. Let's see. What else? What else? But he couldn't come back from what happened, and so he killed his own objective and walked away and gave me 5 control points.
Fair enough.
He was like, "I can't win. It's a little bit of a problem. Blah blah blah." No biggie. Didn't. I told him if you're not having fun, don't force yourself to play this if it's not going to be that good. Last one played against a guy that was playing Legion. He left his caster out in the open with 3 Nayslayers with Fury on them, and no transfers.
Oh well.
That's do's it. Other
I
than
don't know if you
that,
can make the bet show up again, but I'm just reposting the data from it.
I can check. Ooh, Antonio. Video's gone.
Yeah, turn it off for a second. I'm taking it downstairs.
Okay.
Oh, could be Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's see. I don't know if I can make it show again. Betting, only one person has bet so far.
Yeah, that's why I reposted it because I don't think everyone saw it. But
Yeah, we'll have to do that every so often. Whoa. I don't know what that is. You got a vacuum cleaner going? Guys, just turn your volume down for a minute while he gets that fixed. Air raid siren. Yeah, that could be it too.
every time, yeah.
Tornado alarm. Let's see. Moving a chair, sitting down. Sounds like a dining room table chair.
I'm back.
Excellent.
All right. That better now? It looks clearer on my side.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's much better. We were wondering what the air raid siren was, though.
Oh, I had the dishwasher running.
Fuck, that's a loud dishwasher.
I know. It just started making some whack ass sound lately, and so I called my brother-in-law. I was like, "You need to come check this thing out because this just started going crazy."
Okay.
I think my wife, she's not here, so I can say this.
You do know we record.
Oh, it's okay. She won't watch it. I think she put something too tall in it, and I don't think she realized that there's a top dishwasher blade and a bottom one now.
Yeah.
The new one that we have, because the one we had before that we got like 4 or 5 months ago, the old one only had the bottom blade, but the new one has a top and a bottom, and I think she put something in too tall, and it ended up hitting the top blade and getting it caught, and I think that's why now it's sounding like it's dying. So we'll see.
Yeah. No biggie. We were just because we were like, damn, air raid siren's going off. I'm like, okay.
Yep. So I don't know if they heard what I did this past week.
Not really. Go ahead, start over again.
So I hosted a tournament locally
Uh-huh.
at Heroes Comics Games. Had quite a few show up, but we ended up having an odd number, and the players talked me into playing it in the tournament as well. So we did that, and then went to the movies with my kids. And what else we do? Oh, then I connected with my old D&D group from like the late '90s, who played 3rd edition, not 3.5, not Pathfinder, but true third edition. And we just started talking on Facebook, and it looks like we're going to try to get together either on Skype or some other thing like that and play some D&D again, like once a month. So I think that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it was just neat talking to old buddies. I think talking about game sessions is almost as fun as playing in the game sessions sometimes. Just talking about like, oh, you remember when your guy did this? Yeah, that was stupid. Yeah, but we did it. We pulled it off because you rolled the 20 that time. It's like a stupid shit like that.
Yeah, yep, that's always a good time.
So that was about it for the week. And then I got a new team, and I decided to do just an ambient kind of glow speed paint. Just because they're just for a fun team, and it wasn't one of the ones I was like, let me get serious about painting these models. So I did a speed paint and was pretty happy with the way they came out, and used those this weekend when I ended up playing with the guys at that tournament. So it was pretty fun.
Cool. Did how we'll talk about it during the podcast. 'Cause I have some question I asked you about that.
Oh, hold on. Congo had a question for Antonio. Let me find it here.
Okay.
I'm sure it was totally important and not trolly at all. Here it is. He says, and I quote, "Glorious guest. On a scale of glorious to glorious, how glorious is Kador?"
Is that a question to me? I don't know my Kador anymore. I haven't played War Machine in like 3 years.
That was Congo troll. Like, he loves Kador. He loves the Russian side of Ariadna. He likes Russian stuff.
I would say when I played War Machine, my favorite army to play was Hardcore Kador the Butcher 1. And a bunch of Kayazi Assassins, an Iron Fang Pikeman, and let's see what you can do.
Well, you've now made a friend for life in Congo the Dromagun, because that's his shit.
That's how he rolls. Which, sorry, I did pick up all the new Kador stuff, and possibly play them after War Machine weekend. I've got a couple of Armored Core lists, tournament-wise. I may or may not. It just depends on my field. But definitely will be probably practicing and playing with some lists for a bit. I got a new list I need to test out for tournaments from Grimkin, so that's got to come first.
Yeah.
I do like those Man of War models, though. The new ones.
The tankers?
Checking them out. Yeah, they look pretty badass. Like, I've been tempted to pick them up, maybe not to play the game, just to paint them. So I'm starting to get more to the painting side of stuff.
Yep.
And I really like the way they look.
Well, I put them together today, and the body is all one piece, and then the guns are a piece each, one right arm, left arm, with the shield attached, and they're all one piece. And to get them to lock together, the shields lock together so they make kind of like one shield, and to make them even, because I noticed when I was putting it together, because all you do is you glue the body onto the base and that's it. But when you put the shields on, you have to be kind of careful because they could be tilted to the left or the right and they can shift and it looks really bad. And if you take a hairdryer to it, you got to be super duper, super careful because the actual shield is so thin that you can actually see light through it. So you got to be super careful.
That's crazy because online, just looking at the pictures of them, you would think they're very heavy-duty models, like a thicker plastic.
Well, yeah, and the thing is that it's just the shield part on the ends. The line is really thin. You got to be real careful. I actually almost melted through one of my shields with a hairdryer trying to get it, just to shift it so it would all line up correctly.
Right.
But yeah, it's something you got to do. You just got to be super duper careful.
I'm gonna go get my normal drink.
Get your normal drink. Guys, betting is out open. John, will you repost that real quick? Oh, he didn't do it. Guys, there is a bet going on right now. If you think John's shot tonight is 25% or lower, you do it as a 0. And if it's 26% or higher, it is 1. So you will have to check that. Please be 26 or more. Um, yeah, if everybody gets to bet, um, minimum bet of 1, maximum bet of 100. Crimson, give me a second. I want to check out your link because I think that's your thing. Because I saw that blog post today. Yeah, I saw that on one of the things. Um, those shields are really, 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 really thin, and I was like not entirely happy with those things. But not much I can do about it. Not my thing I made, and it's really good. John had it. If you scroll up, you may be able to find out what John had said. If you want to bet, where is it? You would need to get exclamation point bet 01 space, or exclamation point bet space whatever you're going to do, 1 or 0 space and the amount that you're betting. So if you're going to bet 100, you can bet 100. If you're going to bet whatever, you can bet whatever. Right now, I've only got 1 in there right now. All right. Because we will get the answer to that when we come back. After we do everything. So, other than that, guys, also just let you know that everybody, if you have a Prime membership or subscription service, make sure you check back before the month ends. If you need to resub, because you do have to resub each time, it doesn't automatically sub you back to the channel. I know it's kind of weird, kind of stupid, but that's just how they do it. So I have to figure that out. I think I set it up to a maximum of 100 things. Also, guys, don't forget this Wednesday, this Tuesday, there will be no stream from me. Of course, Monday, Kathy will have hers. But Tuesday, there will be no stream from me, as I will be getting enough sleep, because I will be doing the 24-hour podcast on Wednesday, starting at 6 a.m. Central till 6 a.m. the next day. I've got a few guests lined up to hang out with me. I know at like 3 o'clock in the morning to 5 o'clock in the morning, James Wapple's going to hang out with me. Let's see. What else? The role-playing group is going to be coming on from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. We're going to be talking about the Dawn of the Harbinger. Shatton, we do not use OBS. We use XSplit, so I don't know why it's doing that. Got me. I know John and Kathy said they're going to be coming in.
Yeah, I'll be before or after your role-playing group, depending on how work looks.
Yep. What else? I think that's about it. Yes, it is going to be my Star Wars group, Banyan. You need to catch up on the other episodes to find out some other things about it. But we'll be talking about the entire campaign, and kind of doing a recap and having a little bit of fun with that. Shatton, I have no clue why it does that. Maybe that's just the way it's set up. But we don't use OBS. We use XSplit for a lot of for everything we do. Other than that, guys, we're going to go and shut it down, start it back up so we can start the actual podcast. We're going to be talking with Antonio over here about the state of Guild Ball and where we all think it's going. We're going to hit him with some questions. So don't go anywhere. We will be right back. And don't forget, the betting is still live.